Hi, fellow traders. I hope you guys had a better day than I had today. Man, I don't know what the hell's going on with me or why I'm so disconnected. And it's probably because of the market that we're dealing with. I'm just not comfortable in it, but I'm putting too much pressure on myself to perform, and it's just one of those things that we have to go through, which made me bring this picture up. Challenges are what make life interesting, and overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. And I guess trading to me is it's a challenge every day because we have to make sure that mentally we're on our game, that we stay locked in, that we stay focused, and that we're in tune with the market, we're in tune with ourselves, our emotions, and that's what makes trading, and why it's so exciting, it's so alluring, and it's so rewarding when it becomes successful. So I know just have to keep accepting these challenges and just keep moving forward. But this picture, I actually took this picture in Turks and Caicos. This is a backyard of a house that we wanted to buy. This is actually the house right here. You can see those are the trees because I got a piece of that cement thing in it by mistake. I didn't want to get that. I just wanted the pure thing, but I got a piece of that in it. And it was a nice little house, and they said they may be up for selling it in a couple of years. So that's our goal. But I have this picture up, and it just reminds me why I'm grinding and why I have the focus that I have and the drive that I have. Because who wouldn't want to live? Who wouldn't want to sit on the back porch and look at that view every day and trade the market? I mean, it would be awesome. I built a sunroom right on the back. Now I know we'd have to rebuild every 3 to 5 years. That's the life expectancy of the house because of the tornadoes. You can see the trees, they're just windswept, from the wind coming off the ocean. But my dream, sorry about that. All right, so last night I was talking to a trader. We were having a mentor session, and he was just down and out. And he just felt like he wasn't really making any progress. And, I don't understand. He'd been sending me his trades all year. And, we've met in January, and I told him, man, you're doing a pretty good job. February, this is the meeting for the February month. And yeah, he did have a big dip here. But look, he's at 34.59.88. And we built this. He didn't even have an equity curve. We actually built this last night. Just taking his numbers, week to week. Just running a P&L from first week in January, second week in January, third week, and just built this. And once he saw it, and once he saw that equity curve, and he saw what he could do. Now this was what I warned you guys about, that if you're not ready to take earnings trades, don't take them. If you got to be comfortable trading your regular strategies, the ones that aren't as stressful, that's not going to test your skills, take you to the limit. It's not for you yet. And he got in one, tried it. I made money on it. He lost a ton of money because he bailed out on the flash. A lot of times you get flash crashes or big flash pop-ups, and then it comes screaming back to where it's supposed to go. You got to be willing to deal with that. You got to have your conviction. And this is, it flashed, killed the trade, lost a whole bunch of money, and then the trade worked, and he would have made twice as much as he lost. So, but that's where that came in. But other than that, everything was pretty good. But once we laid this out so he could see it, it changed his whole outlook. And this is what I have to do sometimes when I go back, when I'm going through this period. I'm like, man, I can't seem to pick the right stock. I have a watch list. This, at least one of the stocks on my watch list make a big move and a good move every day, or this big move and I miss it. And it's part of trading. But sometimes if it happens a couple of days in a row, that self-doubt starts to creep in, and all of this other stuff starts to creep in. So I go back to my equity curve and look at it, and it's like, damn, you're doing something right. So you're bound to get a correction in it sometime. So just keep doing what you're doing and move on. And like I said, I put too much pressure on myself. But the real learning takes place in the struggles, in the challenges. That's where true learning takes place. And you guys seeing me go through these things, and having the stocks on my watch list that work, and I end up picking the one that doesn't work, or it stops me out and then it works later on down the road. That's what new traders go through, and that's what makes them start doing things and chasing things and trying to change strategies and find this and find that, and you never find your peace. So in a way, I'm glad that I'm going through this struggle so you could learn, don't do that. Don't change. Keep doing what you're doing. Yesterday I tried to chase the market. That's not what I do. So today I didn't do it. I stayed true, and I never really got the clean looks to get another trade off. So I sat on my hands and took a red day and said, okay, I was looking at earnings, but earnings didn't set up right. We'll look at that in a minute too. So tomorrow I plan on live streaming. Hopefully all of that set up and I can do it. So you guys that aren't members, you've been looking for a live stream morning, I'm going to attempt to do it tomorrow, 8:30. But you subscribe to this channel, it should send you a notice when I go on, but 8:30 is the time. All right, so today, DLTR on earnings. The stock got down big on it. We made this wicked move and we started grinding up. So number one, I had in my mind already that this thing is going to come back. It's not going to push. It's going to come back. So I already had that bias in my head, which I shouldn't have. But I don't think I reacted to it in the wrong way. Okay, here's the 5-minute opening range low. What happened, I couldn't short it into the 9. I couldn't short it into the 20. I had to wait until we got through. And, by the time I could get in, it was a little late because this was washing out pretty hard. So I got in about 10 cents worse than what I wanted to get in, but still in the entry range. And I was looking at this level here because you can see we had some support here pre-market. So if it did run into issues down here, this was a point. So I could take profit at a point. I mean, I don't have a problem taking, half off here for a point if we started having issues here. So I was already looking and expecting this. Maybe we run into problems here, but it bounced, came up, stopped me out. max loss stop. That's the most I was giving it. I wasn't going to give it this. I could have, but I would just keep working my way up, which in the end it would have been profitable. But this is not smart risk management. All right, so I did keep this on my eye on this. I was watching this come back. I wasn't going to get in here because we never confirmed a loss of the 20. We dipped down below it and we closed, but this candle opened and then started selling back up. So we never confirmed this. And then once it did this number, I wasn't even looking at it anymore. I was done with it. But honestly, right here could have been a good entry. Looking for it to come back down. You could see the weakness had built in. But I wasn't watching. I was at lunch, and I had just disconnected from everything when I went to lunch. But could have taken a little bit and picked up a couple bucks on this. I would have gotten stopped out here, but whether I would have remounted this right here, I probably would have. That's pretty much my MO. So this was a stock when I watched. Really could have made a decent trade out of this, but I disengaged from it. I let this take it out of my head, take my mind out of the game, and just completely missed it and did not trade it. But that was a good one. So right at 300 bucks. Another red day, 3 in a row. So I've matched my red days for February. And you know how we think in probabilities in trading. We don't know when the winning trades are going to come. We may get 4 or 5 losers in a row and then 20 winners in a row. We don't know how they're going to come. So red days are the same. I don't know how the red days are going to fall. If I got 3 now and I get 1 more or maybe 2 more throughout this month, I'll be fine. I don't have a problem with that. But this does work on us and work on our mindset when we have 3 red days in a row. We start questioning our abilities, questioning, do I really know what I'm doing? But when that reflection comes in and you start thinking through things, looking at the market, looking at your trades, looking at your notes, you realize it's just that the market is not conducive to the strategies that you're trading right now. But you have to keep trading them. You can't stop. You have to keep trading them. Now, you're going to have less winning trades during the time when the market is not receptive. But if you manage your risk, you're still going to come out on top. In the long run, you're going to come out on top. So I've had several red weeks last year, but every month was green. So I don't expect it to be any different if I end up with a red week this week. I don't expect the month to be red. So going to keep focusing and pushing, and we're going to make it happen. So this is JWN. This was the other stock on my watch. I couldn't get in this on the 5-minute opening range break because the 100's right here. The mighty 100 is sitting here. Then I get over it. If I get in here, here's the 200. This is less than a point away. I know it looks like a big distance, but you got to look at the scaling on the chart. And there's not that much profit potential here. And you can see it just kind of messed around all day and then started to push up, but it kind of traded in this range all day. Never made a new high, never made a new low. It just kind of traded in that range. And ZM, this one, I really should have been on this at the open. I was trading DLTR. That's where my focus was, and did not catch this move. A very, very nice move on this. Opening range high here. All you had to do was wait for it to get below red to green, get below the 200. Bam. Enter. You had about a 4-point move here. I could have made my whole, this could have erased the first 2 days of the week, and I was sitting pretty. Now this is the move it made on earnings. And I was looking at this stock to trade it on earnings. I was looking for it to gap up because they were selling it off today going into earnings. And typically big money sells it off so that they could buy low. They're absorbing everybody's selling, and they're buying at these lower prices because they know that this stock's going to gap up on earnings, and they're going to sell into the people buying on the break. And that's what they do. And it just, what happened, this thing started to run up and it broke my setup. Now, one of the parameters of this is this thing needed to continue to sell off. It didn't. It caught some wind here after 3 o'clock and started trading up. There's no earnings trade here because I was looking for it to gap up. This is telling me that we're probably going to gap down, and that's exactly what happened. It gapped down. So that was that. So that was my day in a nutshell. I'm going to try to show all of the stocks that were on my watch list so you could see what stocks I was watching that day, and that these stocks do offer opportunities. Unfortunately, sometimes I turn into a dumbass and I pick the wrong. Well, really, it's not even that. It's not even my fault. It's just that's the way the market is. Now, I can't blame myself or call myself dumb because I picked the wrong stock, because you have no way of knowing which one is going to work and which one isn't. You just know they all have the potential to work. And so those are the ones you go with. So that's going to do it from me tonight. Again, I'm going to try. I can't make any promises. I'm going to try to do the live stream tomorrow. Hopefully this will work. I haven't done it using the new room yet and the new software. I'm trying to do a dry run to see if I still got everything where it needs to be. So if I can't tomorrow, I will make sure I work on it over the weekend so I could do it next week. But I'll try. I'll give it the old college try. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and I will catch you tomorrow.